Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, Children of Primus.
And we are live. Frenzy Freestyle Sunday Teletron 1. And how are you guys doing this evening? How are you doing, Mr. Magnus?
Oh, I'm doing well. Excuse me.
Cool.
We just got back from the convention. All kinds of crap there to show you all. It was a good con.
Nice.
Real good con.
Cool. And Mr. Sedenbach, how are you doing?
I'm good. Found some stickers I bought last July, finally. I guess I must have got them when I bought my Megatronus, because they were in his box with him and Studio 86 Bumblebee and some other stuff. And I was like, well, no wonder I couldn't find the damn things.
Cool. We got Shiva Kobe already hanging out with us in the comments. Back from semi-mini Costco run, I ordered Starscream, Fangry, and Swindle from EB.
EB Games.
EB Games.
There's other sticker. The Griffin and the cat. Those were the two I was trying to find. I finally found them with Megatronus.
Cool. It's going to be quite an interesting Teletran 2 segment. I know many discussions are going to branch off of our main discussion. But we will get to that once we get to the Teletran 2 segment. I know there's been a bunch of news in the Transformers world, especially with the recent Hasbro Pulse news. And James Coleman, welcome James, says hello guys, can't wait for Fangry, Swindle, and Studio Series 86 Starscream. Which also forgot to add in my notes, TFCon Toronto, which is coming up in almost exactly a month, because that's going to be in July, I believe 11 to 13th or 10 to 12, but the second weekend of July is going to be TFCon Toronto.
Oh. I've got a bag of things. I might add more to it, but, well, it's 2 bags at this point.
Nice. Now that you are here, Mr. Fear or Courage, I mean, we could probably jump into some news, but what are the bag of things that you got going on?
We're in my kitchen because I'm going to just take some photos while we're doing this. And my kitchen table is my... But you asked me about my TFCon stuff.
Yes.
Well, it's mostly modern things. Two things that I'm going to be selling are a couple of the previous year's TFCon exclusives. The updated version of Clan, the version of Stalker. Oh gosh, those bags are like several rooms away. I could go get them. It'll take me 5 seconds.
Okay.
1 Mississippi.
Enjoy my kitchen
2
background.
Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. I'm not counting higher than that.
There you go.
All of our time telling sucks.
Well, as he's getting that, I will get the news items ready.
Oh yes, Armada, Cyclonus, and Demolisher. I'll be glad to see those update, even though I still have the originals. Just
Okay.
be nice to, because I don't have
So I
Like
filled
the original Armada, Starscream, and
this
Megatron,
gigantic
and
bag.
other bots. Oh gosh, that is like 2 or 3 young
I filled
children.
this gigantic
Oh
bag.
god, there's 2 bags.
Yeah.
That's like 3 or 4
What are
children.
some
Or for
highlights? I still got to
Transformers.
transform these guys and box them up. There's Stalker. There's Quench. Most of these guys, though, I use the comic book system where I bag and board them. Like you can see Bludgeon here as an example. You put them in a comic bag, put them in a comic board, and out on the table like that. I got him for sale. I got Shattered Glass Ravage. I've got the prototype RC in here somewhere because I'm looking to pick up the missing link one there. Premium finish Bumblebee. Gosh. Starting with a very old Beast Wars Neo Heinrad. He's kind of yellowed, but they're all like that. Him. Monster Sideways. I'm not going to go through everything. Those are just some of the highlights.
That's the
you know what, though?
Robot Master Sideways.
Yeah. If you want to see the rest of it, go to cybertron.ca because I got my sales list there under the forum because that's what I always do before TFCon.
Nice.
I guess I'm plugging my sales thread.
Hey, why not?
That-
That's
But it has a full list of what I got.
you know, to get people to come out if they're looking for those items.
Mm-hmm. It's a semi-unplanned, but here we are.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you like the character
Property-
design of Sideways from Armada, but you don't like having to deal with the head gimmick. I mean, I would say that Robot Masters is more better proportioned than the original Armada toy.
Yeah.
So
Plus, it's a repaint of
good
the
for
old
that.
Generation 2 Road Pig, which was a fun
Yep.
figure. We were supposed to be talking about news, weren't we?
Yes. Let's
All right.
bring
Sorry,
up
I'm
the
back.
first one.
Yeah. So the big thing was there was a live stream this week, where the designers showed off the new stuff and talked about things. And a lot of it was stuff that was leaked earlier, but their commentary, which is what's listed in this news post here, is always interesting because it's always nice to hear what they're saying about stuff. Like they confirmed that they're going to be doing Armada Cyclonus and Demolisher because they've been doing the rest of the Transformers Armada cast. They're going to be doing more mini-cons. The reason that they made that weird Unicron soldier is because they know people want Unicrons, so they made that as sort of like a substitute if you don't have the HasLab. Speaking of HasLab Unicron, they're like, we're never doing that again, but we could make other versions of Unicron. And within the live stream itself, because I watched it, they were like, what do you want? Like a Commander, a Titan, a little leader class version? Like, tell us what you're looking for.
That.
All of them.
That.
They're gonna be,
They need to
they're
do
gonna complete the
that. More of that.
Yeah, they're going to start updating the throttle bots. They're going to complete the target masters, and they want to know if fans are interested in further power masters, specifically mentioning Optimus. They just did a masterpiece of that, but they haven't done a mainline figure of that. So an updated power master Optimus might be cool. And this is why it's worth tuning into the live streams because you hear them talk about stuff that might not necessarily make it into pictures and whatnot, but. I'm really glad that TFW did this little thing, just like some stuff they said, so I didn't have to just take my own notes.
Like a little partial transcript.
Yeah, they're like, here's all the most interesting parts. Also, they give a bunch of designer credits as they go, which is interesting because it's always nice to hear worked on each figure because it's always a Hasbro guy, a Takara guy, and like a deco artist. It's like the three of them together are who makes your average figure. And speaking of that, we have some of the things that were unveiled during the live stream. So these two, the two figures on the left and right, are going to be San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. And I really hope them in Canada through GameStop because these are really interesting. What we have on the left here is the official JEM Transformers Collaborative. And it's a version of Blaster, as you can see, with a keytar, just put out in JEM in the holograms colors, just pure 80s pink and blue. and he comes with a bunch of cassette tapes. And on the right, they're going to be taking that little mini G1 Optimus that I talk about and love so much, doing a version of him in his cartoon colors with a trailer. And you can see he comes with a very small jazz figure that is the same idea, where it's a miniaturized version of the G1 toy. So I really hope that I can get my hands on that, because that's the one thing during this presentation where I was like, yes, please. That's all stuff I like.
Fair not to interrupt too
Yeah,
much
so
right
this
here.
is... Mhm.
Am I glitching out or is he glitching out? Is he pausing on your all screen?
It's Fear's. Yeah, on your end, Fear. It's pausing every now and then.
Okay, I was just making sure I didn't
Oh,
need
that's
to reboot.
unfortunate. I'm using a different computer than usual here.
Okay.
The one that's having trouble
That
connecting
would
to the
do
net, so I guess it's giving me some problems. Maybe I'll turn off something here. Just give me a second. But anyway, yeah. So what we're looking at here is mostly stuff that we already saw the thumbnail, except for the new exclusives, which were mentioned at the top there. Let me just turn off this noise reduction thing, because I don't think... There we go. Let's see how I am now. Yeah, so these are just like in-hand samples of the guys that we saw leaked the other week, like the weird version of Tailgate there, and Fangry and Point Blank and all that. And the more interesting stuff is the San Diego exclusives that are down near the bottom.
Let's see if I can. There we go.
Yeah, you might want to go out there, because it's going to be a little while before we get to the cool stuff.
Yep.
Just, this is all stuff we looked at like last week mostly.
Yes. And
Okay, yeah, here we are. Here we're getting into the cool things. This is what Dr. Smooth was talking about, because that Jazz and Optimus are going to come in a cereal box, as you can see here. And this is actually based on the fact that there was going to be a Transformers serial in the 80s that was canceled and didn't happen. So this is based directly on that. And so you pop that open, and it's a little mini Optimus and a little mini Jazz. And so the Optimus that's in here, like I said, it's that little Legacy Deluxe one I have, and it comes with a replica G1 trailer with a mural on it and a little miniaturized Jazz figure.
let's see if I can go down a bit more.
Yeah,
Yep.
that row there shows them off nicely.
There we go.
Yeah, so that Jazz is what I'm after, because remember streams ago, Shockland was like, what would you like Hasbro to do? And I was like, more of these little tiny miniaturized G1 Missing Link toys. And now they're like, here, have one of Jazz to go with the Optimus we already did. So I'm just like, oh, they got me. That's exactly what I said I wanted them to do more of. But it's in this box set with this Optimus, so here's hoping it comes out via GameStop.
Yeah, the shorter legs make
Yeah.
me think of the Pretender,
I got to run downstairs and get something real
Figure.
quick.
but then it has
So over here,
aspects
this
of
is
the
the
bigger figure as well. It's a little mix of both.
yeah. So this is a closer look at the Gem crossover. Now, they don't have a fancy name. It is just Blaster. He's still in his Gem colors, except he comes with a keytar and a smiling face. And he comes with 3 little cassette bots. One is Rosanna, one of them is Glit, and then the orange one is Sundor. And these are obscure G1 characters from the Japanese side of the franchise that everybody doesn't like to talk about, that's called Kiss Players. And they called them that on purpose on the box. They're like, this is a KP Glit, KP Sundor, and KP Rosanna. So people are like, oh, I mean, I guess we want these obscure characters, but also they're referencing something that's kind of cursed.
Yes.
and it's in a Gem crossover set. Yeah, so that is, apparently there's going to be a concert with the Knights of Unicron, Cold Slither, and JEM, which are just the Hasbro bands that are covering them right now. I was gonna say this. Remember how they dropped the touch and nobody liked the new version? They did a version of Lions the Transformers theme now, and it's also not very good. There's something ineffable about the originals that I guess is just really hard to replicate.
Yeah, like it's you know what, that happens a lot of times in a lot of stuff, movies, shows, songs. It's like trying to redo what was already done, and I find most times it worked then because of the time that it was done and the technology or the ideas behind it. Whereas like trying to redo it, the essence of what created it in the first place is not there. So it's it just, you know, more times it fails than it succeeds.
Yeah, a lot of it is that it feels too clean. The modern versions do, but like the Transformers theme, it had the vocals from the vocals were really like they were obviously recorded in like old fashioned microphones, and so the new version, which has a lady singing it, is just a little bit too clear, so it doesn't quite
Yeah,
have the same feeling as the old one.
exactly.
Yeah, so those were the two big things for me: the Gem crossover and the Optimus Jazz in a cereal box.
Let's see if there. Oh yeah, because there's the other link that you had sent me.
Yeah, so this was because of that little thing where Dr. Smooth was like, they're copying my idea for Energon O's. So I did some research and I found a few entries, but I decided to send this one. And this is just the proper history of the Transformers serial that was supposed to happen but didn't. It was by a company called Ralston, and this is what the original box looked like. And it can't, there was an offer to get Jazz. And so this is what that box set is homaging. So this was something that they were going to do, but then Ralston just didn't. And the funny thing is, this is like Nesquik, right? Where it's like chocolate cereal that turns the milk chocolate. So they're like, it transforms your milk into chocolate milk. Yeah, there was a mail away offer for a Jazz.
You know, back in the day when
ser-
mail away offers were the thing.
Yeah, for substantial. So as you can see here, they mentioned that it was supposed to come out in 1986, but they decided to cancel the serial's release, and it never made it past the test box phase. So Dr. Smooth, unfortunately, did not originate the idea. The Hasbro guys specifically called this out in the live stream as being the thing they were homaging with that box set.
There it goes.
But, I don't know the tone of the original post. Maybe Dr. Smooth was being sarcastic about it,
Never
Oh, yeah,
know.
they totally copied my idea.
You know, over in the comments, Shiva says, "Someone please get Hasbro to make tiny G1 Scourge and Sweeps, Studio Series 86 style, but small." James.
I
Oh, sorry.
doesn't
Go
seem-
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you
Doesn't
go
seem
ahead.
likely to happen. These little guys are based on the G1 toys specifically, right? And also when it comes to minifigures, they don't do core class anymore. So really, it's just deluxe, and then that's as small as they can get.
And James says the Gem slash Transformers crossover is Kimber Benton. Is, as Kimber Benton would say, outrageous, which I believe Kimber was Gem's sister.
Yeah, I do like the colors they went with. It's extremely 80s in a fun way.
It was a cool show. And whole Ralston, it became Ralston Purina, and the Purina half of that was pet food.
Maybe it's good then that the cereal didn't come out, because maybe it wouldn't have been very good.
Yeah, it's
Now I look at those. Now I look at those chocolate covered round chunks that it was supposed to be, and I look at how much they resemble my cat's dry food. So I'm just like, maybe that's not a good thing.
no, it's just easy for some issues to occur there, at that point.
And I remember like 90s Spider-Man cereal. I remember that for cartoon-related cereals, but I can't remember if there was anything. Maybe there's like mac and cheese, Chef Boyardee type stuff for like X-Men and Thundercats and all, and Transformers and all that stuff. But the only thing I remember seeing cereal for was Spider-Man, maybe Batman '89.
You know, probably Batman. I mean, as a kid, they had Flintstones, Flintstones vitamins, Fruity Pebbles,
Yeah.
and the
Fruity
chocolate
Pebbles are
one.
still around.
Yeah,
I was
that's
going to say,
funny.
Fruity Pebbles is the one with the staying power. Is that's just kind of never ended, just like
Yeah.
Did
independently of the thing.
Dairy Queen? Do you have the breakfast mixes of like blizzards and stuff? And there's one with fruity pebbles in it.
And
As I live near an old historic Dairy Queen, I saw that earlier today.
same with a Pac-Man cereal. I remember some years ago I saw it was either the Pac-Man or the Fruity Pebbles, and at one point I was thinking, like, there's no way that cereal was sitting on the shelf for like the last 30 years, and like they didn't take it off the shelf.
Oh, so it's like new.
I'm not sure. I should have just bought it just for the sake of, because I mean I haven't seen one since I was a kid. So to run across it, I'm like, that's a bit mysterious. But a few Halloweens ago, maybe about 10, probably about 10, 15 years ago, which company is it? I'm trying to remember the name. I believe it's Canadian, but the ones that do Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and the other ones, they brought them back out for
I've been
Halloween.
talking away to you all, and my microphone's been up in the air. I said the monster cereals.
Yes.
I bought them all, and they suck now. They
Oh
are
no.
so bad. They do. They taste like they were made in the 80s. They are so stale and chewy.
Oh.
It was just the nostalgia of buying them.
I
Yeah,
would have, yeah, I would have bought them just for the
Frankenberry,
sake of buying
yeah,
them.
Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry. And
Yes.
I remember loving them as a kid, and I saw them, and I was like, God, I haven't seen this in forever. I'm buying one of each. And I got home that night, and I was like, I'm having cereal for dinner.
Sure.
I went, ah, ah, no.
That's unfortunate.
That is.
I'm sure it's probably better for you these days, and it doesn't have like lead or whatever other random stuff they used to put in it back in the day, or well, not lead, but you know what I mean.
Just the stuff that today to be like, oh, you're not allowed to put that in cereals or foods, but yet they got away with it.
Yeah, speaking of
General
interesting food
Mills.
ingredients, so I remember in like 2012, 2013, I had a friend that told me that the stuff that have in road signs that have the orange color to them is also used in orange Gatorade.
I'm not surprised. And Jesse, was it Jesse V2000? Welcome. Says hello, gentlemen, and hello back to you, and says was correcting me that it was General Mills is the one that produced those cereals, the monster cereals.
So we have them to blame.
Yes.
I have a whole list of stuff to share whenever we are ready to.
Oh,
Oh, by all means.
do it.
Do it, Anakin.
Yeah, do it. As long as it's not a.
Yep, that's it.
Oh,
That's it.
so-
I've got
it's
like
not a
19 windows
T-move.
open right now, so I had to make sure I was on the right one. So, OMG Con was this weekend. It was a fantastic con, and they
Ooh.
throwing up old pictures because it's the 20-year anniversary.
Nice.
And this one rolled across the screen, and that is me in my Optimus Prime cosplay.
And how old is this photo?
This is from 2012.
Okay.
Respectably vintage at this point.
Yeah.
14 years, eh?
And the two girls on either side of me, I have no idea who they were, but they were both. The theme was Mecca that year, and they both came in. The one on the left is in a hand sewn Rodimus Prime, and the other one is in a hand sewn
that.
Wheeljack, and her face is crocheted.
Nice.
That's a crocheted like sock cap. And so this popped up, and so I went to the AV guy and I was like, "Can you send me that picture? I do not own one." Like that, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem." And so he sent them to me, and so this is what the Optimus Prime cosplay looked like. Of course, that was also the year that the legs fell apart because I left them in the back of my truck and it was like 115 degrees, and so all the hot
Thank
glue.
God you had jeans on.
Yeah, the hot glue separated the metal panels from
Ooh.
the styrofoam, and so I would have just had blue metal legs. They didn't have any wheels, didn't have any fuel tanks, anything on it.
You know, that's some serious heat for hot glue to separate.
It was like 119 that year. It was
Oh,
hot. It was real hot. We had
Jesus.
people passing out doing the boffer stuff outside on the lawn.
okay.
I believe it.
And so I think we need to go this way. Okay, so this was this year.
I saw
I
that
saw
picture.
I saw that one.
This year,
Yeah.
the theme was Dungeons and Dragons, and so this is my armor that I made out of a railroad crossing sign, and my battle axe that was out of the slow sign, and my helmet made out of a traffic cone. This is the Road Warrior, and I also got an apprentice this year. This is my son BB. He is in a stop sign. And we went questing the whole con. It was great. Today I was IDW IDW Optimus Prime with the Megatron arm. You need to look at this, Fear.
Oh, you mean
Oh, it's
Skybound?
Skybound Optimus
Or
technically.
Skybound, yeah.
Yeah. That looks amazing. Yeah, I like that you got. That's what you used the cannon for. Because I remember seeing that printed.
And so that's what I was at today. And Charles Urbach, who is an artist for Magic the Gathering, you all can't see them real clear on here, but these are the 5 cards that he drew for Planes Chase. And of course, I own them. So I took them in, and once we got to talking, and I told him about my cousin Larry Elmore, and Larry Elmore was one of his big influences to becoming an artist. And so he was like, "Well, I'm going to cut you a deal on this," and I'm not going to say what deal he cut me, but he cut me a heck of a deal on autographing and outlining all 5 cards for me.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Well, what does outlining them mean exactly in this context?
Well, if you can kind of see that first one, the one that's closest to the bottom right there, you see the silver in it.
Yes.
He just highlighted a few things in it to make them stand out, make them pop a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, kind of like cell shading a transformer. He basically shaded the art on this card without changing the art of the card. He just made it pop a little bit more. I also got a Dice Goblin mug from him, which is in the other room, and because like I said, it was Dungeons and Dragons this year, so everything was Dungeons and Dragons. We got dice bags at every booth. At every panel that we went to, they were giving out dice and dice bags. And so here's the OMG Con dice bags. And here is the new dice roller that I got, plus all the dice that we picked up and some stickers. And this little dragon, he's just a little mascot that you put on the side of your dice box. and he can hold one of your D20s. Yeah, he just comes along for the ride. And
Show him again.
He just sits on the side of your dice thing, and he can hold your lucky D20. Or if you get one that's rolling real bad, you can punish him by giving him to the dragon. And this is a hardwood box that a friend of mine, that was her booth, and so I supported her by buying one of her boxes, her dice roller boxes. They're felt lined. They're all hardwood. They're professionally made by a picture frame maker in Evansville, Indiana.
Nice.
And there, I did take a picture of him. There's the little dice the dice dragon. And see how he just sits on the side of that box and holds one of your die. And so we did a big D&D campaign where they had clues and stuff and missions all over the con. All 3 both hotels and the convention center. It took 3 days to complete all the quests. There was like 19 quests, and when you got done with it, you got a prize if you were able to actually slay the dragon. If you were able to get enough stuff to make your weapon and slay the dragon. One of them was this piece of art, and I've got it sitting right here. So it's quite large,
What did
and
it take to
it's
slay the dragon?
and it's a picture of. Oh, I'm holding it upside down. So it's a picture of the character with this spear that we had to get all the parts to make this spear, and
Wow.
stabbing it into his chest to bring the dragon down. And that was my character. I was playing a fighter, and my wife was my cleric, which was cool because she was able to heal. I don't know how anybody did this without having a cleric with them. Uh, but there were
Yeah, you gotta be
only
able to mess up and just get healed.
well, there were only three people that completed it, and it was me and Amanda, and then my son and his group of friends also did it, and another guy that I didn't know. And at the end of the whole thing, we got this, um, and that is a brass medallion and onyx, and it's the dragon's head with in Draconic it has the date and it says OMG Con there on the left hand side, and this thing is nice. It's heavy, and they told us to come back at 3 o'clock because there were spoils in the dragon's lair, and they have to divide the spoils up. But it was only for the people that completed the mission, so they had to wait until everybody,
Right.
until it was done. And when we got to the end of it, we found out it was me and Amanda, my son, and his group, and these other guys. And so then we all rock paper scissored until there was a winner, and the winner got to choose first from the spoils, and so on and so forth. And so BB ended up winning, my son, and so he chose for, and the guy brought out these three things, and one of them was a 5 book um, Dungeons and Dragons 5.5 edition. It's the um, the player's guide, the dungeon master's guide, two of the monster manuals, and a trove of character sheets, plus like a $300 beautiful set of dice.
Nice.
And that was one of the prizes. The other prize, I can't remember what the name of this series of books was, but they had 5 of them, and it was just a story, it's a D&D storyline. But these books were like 3 inches thick each one. The guy bringing, I was like, "Ugh," sets them on the table, and he's like, this is another prize, and he said the other prize isn't here yet because we ordered it on Kickstarter and it doesn't release until August,
Okay.
and
What is
it
that?
is the complete set of the new D20 system for Final Fantasy, the role-playing game, and it's all 9 books. Well, BB took the 5.5 and those dice, and I got to choose next, and I was like, well, I'll take the Kickstarter then, since me and you are already communicating away from here, as left with the other guy. So I'm getting the entire Final Fantasy role-playing set from Kickstarter, which was like a $400 item
Nice.
for playing this game. And this is that medallion to show you how big it is. And
That's
it's
pretty
yeah,
substantial.
it's almost a 1/4 inch thick brass. It's heavy.
Okay.
It's heavy. But they were really nice, and I had a little bag somewhere. I must have knocked it off. But yeah, it's got a little velvet bag that it goes in. But yeah, we had. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's got a little velvet bag to keep it in, so it doesn't hurt anything else. I can't imagine anything chipping this thing, but. But yeah, we did. We had a real good time, and that was the stuff from the convention. Now the stuff Transformers related. On eBay last
more.
week, while we were talking, I put a couple of bids in on a thing, and I didn't even notice it until all of a sudden, money went out of my account, and I was like, "What is that for?" And so I looked it up, and it said you paid $18.95 to so and so on eBay, and I was like, "Oh, I must have won an auction." And I went in and looked, and I won this for
The
$18.
Phantom Strike
Ooh,
for
nice.
$18. Jesus H
Wow.
Christ! I would.
I think I bid like 40 on it.
Oh.
I don't know
But yeah,
how
it's
rare it
it's
is these
it's
days,
still
but
Yeah,
really
40
sealed,
for your
common back in the
mats.
day. Yeah.
Wow.
and so
Jeez.
evidently nobody was bidding it. So somebody bid it up to probably 15, and then my neck, because I was higher than that, it took me on up to it was $18 and something after shipping.
Nice.
For an
And
entire that set was rare at the time because it was one of those Amazon ones that sold out immediately because it felt like they made like 10 of them. I know they did eventually do more runs of it, but there was a point where that went for a lot of money on the aftermarket.
and then I don't remember if you all remember last week. I was like, oh my gosh, they finally made the black trailer for the black MP10.
Oh, did that
And
come in?
yes, that arrived this week.
Ooh, that's shiny.
That is.
I always love the teal on these things.
We got wet food.
And
My food.
it comes with get it to pop open here. It comes with a little black roller
Nice.
and a little spike.
I wonder what the inspiration is behind his colors there. Maybe it's Marvel Spike because I remember he wore red.
When Jesse says, "Congratulations, that's a heck of a deal on that Skywarp."
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. It's not just Skywarp. People wanted it because it came with the 3 Battle Masters also. One of them is one of Spinister's Battle Masters, and one of them goes with Scourge. And then the third one was just a purple pterodactyl for the heck of it.
And Joe Prime is saying, "What's up, y'all?" So, what's up, Joe Prime, 1986, and Jesse was also saying in terms of the OMG Con, the outfits were pretty creative. Which and I'm not sure if you know of this or know of the news behind this. But as Magnus was speaking in terms of the D&D books, a lot of people were complaining that Hasbro just kind of dropped the ball on the subscription side of things. So everyone's kind of going back saying that's why it's better to have physical media.
I forgot about the raffle.
What I understand. Oh, yeah,
So
let's get him to
this
go
is
first, then I can
this
speak
is what I
on that.
won in the raffle.
Oh, nice.
Look, that looks substantial.
It's
Looks heavy.
this thing on the bottom is just layers of cardboard because it's a terrain set,
Shut up,
and
you.
then all the 3.5 books, and then in the big raffle, I'm getting. Whoop, that's not it. Those are Legos. This is it. In the big raffle, I won these 2 Gundams.
Ooh,
Nice.
I know Wing Gundam Zero because I watched Gundam Wing. I don't know who the other one is outside of being a Zaku, which is the bad guy mechs, but either way, cool. I
Yeah,
watched exactly 2
I
Gundam shows.
I just make donations to that thing because it's my local convention. If they don't make money, then it doesn't come back. So I've been very fortunate that I think that I've probably because I put $100 in the raffle every year. I buy $100 worth of tickets and then I scatter them out through the different things that they're raffling off.
Nice.
And I've won. So this year I won 2 things. I won the D&D set and the Gundams. But yeah, I've never walked away empty-handed from that convention.
It's always great when that happens.
So actually,
Yeah,
Fear,
so-
what were you gonna say about for the D&D?
Now, I don't know too much tabletop RPG stuff, so I'm a little bit out of what the details of this entail. But so there is it was a Transformers tabletop role playing game that Hasbro made, right? I mostly know about it because the wiki people have been like making sure to document everything that came out with it, because source books and lore and stuff. And it used something that of Hasbro's invention called Dimension 20 as the way that it worked. That was the system it was created on. And they recently announced that they're dropping support for Dimension 20 and that the future releases of the Transformers role-playing game are going to switch over to being Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, like a mod for that instead. And I understand that has TTRPG people annoyed because there's a lot of people out there who sort of resent everything for being Dungeons and Dragons, and we're like, well, at least Roll20 was like something different, and they're just like not supporting that anymore. But also, they said like not enough people uh, bought into Dimension 20, and a lot of people bought into 5D, so it was just a business decision. So I understand that that is the thing that had some feathers ruffled. I don't know enough about the ins and outs of the world of TTRPGs to comment too much on it. Just that I get both sides of that. Like they're like,
Right.
well, you had something original and you decided to just convert it into the one that everybody already plays, and then the Hasbro side of things being like, well, that's also the one that people buy more of, so we're going to change it to that.
Yeah,
I get the argument that everything is Dungeons and Dragons. You know, everything is
Yeah.
based off of the Dungeons and Dragons. It goes off of their
Bingo,
D20s. It goes
Shinta,
off of
no.
their dice. Make a system that's better.
A
You know,
friend
Dungeons
of
and
mine,
Dragons has been around since what, the late 70s, early 80s. Whenever the 700 Club, you know, was, oh, that's satanic and everything. I remember that. I was part of that. I was part of that. All my D&D stuff was shucked out because it was Satan was coming.
Mr.
And
Magnus, had you ever watched Stranger Things?
oh yes, I
Especially,
love Stranger Things.
yeah. So you would have totally
I
related
was those
to
kids.
those kids.
Yep, the
Especially
Demogorgon could have
season at
come and
Eddie's
snatched
End.
up any one of us, and it'd have been the exact same thing.
it would have been a documentary.
Yeah, I was feeling it. I was like, ooh, ooh. I played that video game. My basement looked and smelled just like that.
Yep.
I know what that is.
Many a basements exactly like that.
But yeah,
Uh,
the the Dungeons and Dragons system, you know, when it came out, you know, when it first came out, when it was just Dungeons and Dragons and everything, your character sheet took a day. Of course, I mean, you know, we're also talking about 10-year-old Bill, not now. But it took a day to create that character sheet because there was so much math involved. And then back then we had a THACO, and that meant 2 hit armor class 0. And so once you roll the die, now you're doing math again on top of math because now you've got to take their armor class and your attacks, and you're figuring out. I was like, did you hit? I don't know. Did I hit? And then
Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, trading card game. They're all good ways to learn math.
This
Yeah.
is true.
and then they come up with the D20 system. And I don't know if that's what Dimension 20, I don't know what that is, but I don't know if that's
Yeah, me
what
neither.
D20 means. We always assumed the D20 was D20 because everything goes off of the D20 now. And instead of having to do all that crazy math, they simplified it to where it's on your sheet and you'll have a number. You roll the D20 and just add that number to it. And so if you had a +4, so you roll a D20, you get a 12, then okay, I got a 16. Does a 16 hit your guy's armor class? No, he has an 18 armor class. I missed. It's that fast. It's that speedy now.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I would love to have something faster, but I mean, when I play a game, I like for my games to go 5-6 hours. That's a good role play session.
That is a good. I mean, that's like a very good game of chess. You know, Monopoly in the long run, and what's the other one? The war game. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Warhammer.
No, it's like before Warhammer.
Risk?
Risk.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, Risk, baby. The Congo defends like crazy. I don't care what game you're playing on. The Congo is always the hardest thing to beat. It's because it's got monkeys. That's what we always say. It didn't matter what game we played. Everybody, the first piece you set out was Congo, because if you had the Congo, you was going to win because nobody could ever take the Congo in our games. It was awful. Ours was just cursed.
like
There
in
was
the
some sort of little
Princess Bride, how
spirit
one
in
of
the
the
Congo
wonders
on
is-
our board that said, "Nah, ha, ha, ha. You just need one soldier here, and I will kill everything."
You
Because
never
he has
start a
monkeys.
land war in Russia. You never start a land war in Asia, and in Risk, you never start a war. Oh,
That's right.
You know, but definitely one of those games where it's just like, okay, we've got the entire day and night free. Now we're gonna play. It's not a a 2-minute game. Like it's a nice long term
Right.
game.
Is it
This will be a
the
test of your friendship.
That yes.
the BattleTech game that I love, the tabletop BattleTech? It's a D6 system, and the conflict in it takes forever, ever, because you have to roll everything, and
Yeah, I'm looking up some
I'm
X-Men board
I'm
game I used to
redesigning
play.
that into a D20 system to speed it up.
Okay.
And then it will also let you be able to play the game out of the mech. You'll actually roll up a character. You'll actually roll up your pilot. So it's not everything is in the mech. There's now a storyline outside of the mech. And then sometimes you're going to have to get in the mech.
Interesting.
And I've been working on that for a couple of years, actually.
Yeah. I got a friend who's attempting to do a Transformers hack of a game called Lancer, which is about mech combat, and because it seems to be the most suited for that. So I wonder if anybody officials ever looked into that.
That there is a D20 system for MechWarrior, but it still sucks. The biggest problem with the biggest difference between MechWarrior and any other game is it's not just in Dungeons and Dragons you're
Yeah, this
hitting the
was the
person.
X-Men board game that I used to play that took forever because you were defending the mansion, all multiple floors of it, and everybody had their own
Under
X-Men
Siege.
team and stuff, and you had little figurines. Like
Uh,
pull up the picture of the figures, and mine's I had all of them painted.
I bought that game just to paint those figures.
There
Nice.
goes the board. So it looks like the sub basement, the main floor, the dormitories probably on the top. I remember I
Yep.
used to play that a lot. That and the older one,
But with Dungeons and Dragons, you just lose hit points. It just goes down until it hits 0. In MechWarrior and BattleTech both, you lose an arm, then you lose a right torso, and if you lose your center torso, you're dead. If you lose your head, you're dead because that's where your cockpit is. But your damage is allocated to points on the mech because you might damage a leg actuator, and now your speed is cut down because you can't. You're dragging this one loose leg behind you. There's a lot of other schematics to it, and I'm thinking about making it to where it's not the body, or to where it is the body. You're hitting the body of the mech, and if you roll criticals, that's when you start losing systems.
Okay.
You've got to strip all the armor off of it before it shuts down, before it stops. And then with doing that, instead of having 264 total points of armor, you'd only have like 80. To bring them down.
Oh, Magnus, did you ever play, watch or read any of the Record of Lodoss Wars, like
Oh
books
yes,
or
I
games
loved
back in the
Record of
day?
Lodoss War. Are
And
you
then,
kidding me? The evil
and then,
witch Carla? That's my ex-wife's name.
oh God, that is not a compliment.
No, it's not.
Armored Core. Did you ever play the Armored Core games, PS1 onward?
Uh-uh.
You would like those.
Yeah,
The way you're
Delit and
going on
Finn,
about
and I can't remember what the old dwarf's name was.
Gim.
Gim,
Something
yeah.
like Gim. Yeah, because Carla was the priestess's daughter or whatever that got possessed by Carla, and her
Yeah,
circlet
I
and
loved it at the end of every episode. It said, "Tune in next week and watch us defeat the evil witch Carla." And I'm like, "Yes, I will be here."
Yeah, I still got my VHS tapes of both the OVA, where Parn's party is the whole party from the start to end, and then the TV series Chronicles of Heroic Knight, where they go in the Sparks campaign.
I think everybody here is old enough to remember when Netflix, you actually ordered DVDs and they were
Yep.
mailed to your house and you
Yeah.
watched them and then you sent them back in the same envelope. Um, the last video I got from them was the
Yeah.
last season of Record of Lodoss War, and then I got a letter in the mail, and they're like, "You can have it because we're shutting down. We're going completely digital. You can just have that DVD."
Nice.
And I was like,
Getting a D-lit.
And I've
a
got it
picture
somewhere.
of my nephew. Come on.
"Yeah, she had them great big old shoulder flanges
Yep.
on her armor."
Sheep Kobe says, "Ooh, sounds like someone previously sold their soul to a demon in the sack."
Is that a sequel to Ghost in the Shell? Demon in the
That's
Sack?
right, demon in the sack.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out a bit of a transformation.
oh, 10 to 9, by the way.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, geez, really? That
I know.
flew by.
Now it's 9 to 9.
time's flying by. So 4 minutes left, and then we'll take a end of stream, and then we take our 5-minute break to lead into our Teletran 2 segment. Where
Yeah, I'm trying to find this picture from when I first met my nephew, and he had and I had a figure of Deedlit from Record of Lodoss War, and then the Marvel Selects Cable, and he like fell in love with those two figures. I don't have the one figure with him with Cable on Instagram, but I know the one with Deedlit I do. I just got to scroll all the way back to the beginning of time of 2016. Okay, I'm getting there.
very first post of Instagram.
There it goes.
I just sent a text to one of our guests to make sure that he's getting ready.
Nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, him, nephew from when I first met him with a figure of Deedlit from Record of Lodoss War.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but I have watched the opening credits on YouTube a few times because of how atmospheric they are.
Oh, so next year they release what the theme is for OMG Con for next year. They always do that the year before. Next year, set them. You need to make plans. You can come stay here with me. Everything. Next year is pop groups. So Demon Hunter, Jim and the Holograms.
Oh.
Yeah, all of that. Look at him.
Oh, he's already there.
Yeah, I had
Mentally,
this on for like the
mentally,
first
I'm here.
time like a day or two ago, and I spilled kimchi on it, which is actually appropriate, given the title, K-pop, Korean pop music. And I got the kimchi stain out. It was in one of Zoe's hair buns, and I got it out. Had to pre-treat it and then let it dry in the sun a little bit to get the rest of the stain out. It works, so.
Now, I wonder if Jem's gonna come to Canada in a sense, because I know a few Gem fans that would probably love to go down to the States to watch Gem.
Yeah. That the show that I was showing there was like a one night only type deal, but that obviously when they do that, it's frequently just testing the waters for something larger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the question is it any good? Because they need to step up their game a little bit from what I've seen from these things.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes back to that earlier conversation. I mean, like it's Gem and everything was cool when it was out back then. But I mean, you look at Cybertronian and Spree, like they're awesome. So
yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah, they're able to pull it off. So you would think someone else should be able to pull it off as well.
Why not just hire them, make them official? Is that a thing they can do?
Ooh. Ooh, you know what? I need to
Yeah,
see.
just do a Sega, and I know like there's been a few fan-made games that got made. They got recruited to make official games eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
Nintendo
see if
doesn't
we
do
can. I need to see if we can book the Cybertronian spree.
Been thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I
gotta start writing emails.
No.
Do it.
Do it, precious. Do it.
Oh, who do that? Is that Daphne or Spin?
No, that was me.
Oh, damn. Those.
Yeah.
Do it, precious.
Be precious.
That's a little
Well, on that note, I think we shall wrap up our Teletran 1 segment.
Good night, preciouses.
As we get ready for Teletran 2. Always watching.
Let me just show you what I was putting together. One of the guys I'm taking photos of, Zeron, he's a retool of one of the reflector bots, so I managed to get him attached to the camera. You see the...
Oh,
That is not usually part of reflector.
nice.
Interesting.
So I'm just going to take this photo.
But he's the same bot?
Yeah, he can't be the middle bot because his torso has been retooled, so he can't put this in, but you can pop him on either of the sides. He's a comic book guy that came in a 2-pack with Flame, so, you know, you got to get Flame also.
Got it.
Yeah, they gave him a new alternate mode. He happens to still have enough parts on him that he can still become part of the camera if you...
All
I
right.
just wanted to show that real quick.
All right. Well, we're going to round out this segment. So thank you to everyone in the comments. And be sure to join us for our Teletran 2 segment, because it will be it's a really special segment this evening. So as we say at the end of every stream is scattering all my words for no apparent reason till all are one.
Still all are one.
Numero uno.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.